Hey, what's wrong? There's no need to be nervous. We did a whole movie before this. Just look at the camera, be yourself, relax, okay? You got this. Hi, my name is Stephanie Glover, and I'm here to give you an inside look at my animated short film, Blueberry. Blueberry was inspired by my nephew Carter. He's a really energetic kid, a voracious kid, super determined about eating, and he loves food. And I thought it would be really interesting if there was a character with that personality and that perspective. How would they respond if their food came to life? And what would that do to shift their perspective on the world at large? Even though Carter's just a kid, we share a lot of the same sensibilities, the way that we see wonder and awe and our imagination. And I wanted to really bring that into his character and bring that into the script. When I wrote the initial script, I was really excited and I sent it over to my animation director, Steven, and he sent me back this initial sketch of Carter and Blueberry. And when I looked at that sketch, I knew that we had something, and that was the beginning of character design exploration and our foray into pre-production. Writing the script for Blueberry, it was really important for me to put as much as I could on the page in terms of the characters, the setting, and the environment, because that really was the foundation that everyone could work off in order to create the story. When I came back to it with fresh eyes from a director perspective, I really wanted the character design to reflect the character's personality. Carter is a really energetic kid. He's really determined, but he's also very serious, and he's capable of great empathy and friendship and kindness. And it was important for all of those elements to be reflected in who he is as a character. So when you first see him on the screen and you see him interacting, you get an opportunity to know him, even though there's only a short span of time. For Blueberry, there were less iterations because he still has a simpler design to him, but it was still important to evoke the playfulness and the lightheartedness of his character and his design, and so that was really incorporated when we added his leaf and made sure that his legs and arms had kind of a bouncy noodle approach to them, just to kind of show that he's kind of always ready to go, super fun, and a little bit of his cheekiness to his personality. Coming to the film as a producer, it's really about getting the story from point A to point B, from script to a completed movie. With Blueberry, it was a lot of different departments, it was a lot of different people on the teams, a lot of communication, organizing schedules, and making sure the animators and the artists were on the same page in terms of what needed to be done and the overall vision for the story. We started with rough storyboards, making sure the story was completely beat out and communicated in a visual language, and from there we revised the storyboards, cleaned them up, and got us ready for the beginning of production. Animating, we started with some initial roughs, making sure that the characters were keyframed in nicely before we added those in-betweens, then went to cleanup, then color, and then lighting and polish in post. Communicating the vision of the story across the entire piece really meant making sure that everyone from art to animation to music to sound design understood what the story was and where we were trying to go, and making sure that the characters and the plot was reflected in all of those moments. There was a lot of different tools that I used as a director to help communicate those things, whether it was 3D models of the space or even real photographs I used to help translate that into a visual language and the art style of the film. The soundscape of the film was needed in order to show Carter's emotional progression, whether that was in the sound design or in the score, and there were unique themes that Carter and Blueberry both had to reflect their personality, and then the score was made dynamic to really push the story forward emotionally and help tell the journey that they were going through as characters. In recent years, there's been a lot more stories in the animation medium that show different types of cultures that are a lot more diverse, and I think that's really awesome and amazing, and Carter and Blueberry is just another part of that ongoing storytelling. I think they are both really marquee characters, just the way their friendship works, and the kindness and empathy, the way that's showed, and it's a positive reflection of Black joy and of Black culture. Up next is the children's book version of the movie, which I think is going to be a lot of fun and something that you can read to your kids and really for them to take home with them after experiencing in theaters, or another way to share and experience the story. Follow the studio on social media to see when Blueberry is playing at a festival near you. We'll see you there.